Michael going to talk about what we did on Friday and bring it all together here. So on Friday, you went into Photoshop, you took your picture, and you clicked onto the individual pixels to get an idea as to what color that particular pixel was. So now we're taking it that next step further and seeing how the computer actually understands that pixel. So again, to review, we had a red, green, RGB, yeah, and blue color that was making up all three colors that were in that pixel. Now, obviously it wasn't a solid red or a solid green or a solid blue. There's a range that any computer screen understands. And that computer screen is universal, whether it's your TV, your iPad, your iPhone, your telephone, whatever has a screen, this is universal. Those numbers run from 0 to 255 for each of these. And so the lower the number, the less of that color is present. So if we had a solid red, then it would have 255. The red would be turned all the way up at 255. The green would be 0 and the blue would be 0. If it was green, then the red would be set to 0 and our green number would be turned all the way up with no blue. And likewise with blue, 0, 0, and then 255. So, for your three basic colors for a screen, that's how the numbers work. So when you see a solid red on your screen, or if you look at an old television, how there was the red streak, the green streak, the blue streak, that's what was happening. Inside those streaks, those colors were being turned all the way up. Now, with this information, we can make other colors. And the two easiest other colors to make are black and white. And so I ask you, what do you think, when you take a second and think about, if this is just all red and the green and the blue are turned down to 0, and black is the absence of all color, what three numbers do you think might be used for black? If you guessed in your mind that all three numbers to be true black would have to be 0, you are correct. Very good. Now, on the opposite end, white is the presence of all color. All the colors jammed in there together. So, if we want all the red, all the green, and all the blue to be turned up on a pixel, then to get white, like the board behind me, we would need all of the numbers. So, just to recap, each pixel has a range of 0 to 255. That gives us, because we count the 0 as an option, each color has 256 options. Which, by the time you take it times red, times the green, times the blue, that's a lot of options. They can stand out by themselves, with red being the strongest, with a green and blue set to 0. Green, 0, 255, 0. Blue, 0, 0, 255. Why this format? It matches the same format you had on the side of Photoshop. Black being the absence of all color, 3 zeros. White, presence of all colors, all 255. So your first assignment is to take this same information, but then go out to the internet and find a few other colors and what their numbers might be. And then we're going to talk about converting those.